何をしている？
ああ、あなたですか。流害の調べのため、仏師殿が吐いた血の塊をいただいていたのです。
血の塊？
はい。咳とともに出たものです。血の色がわずかによどんでいるような。しかし、これだけでは定かには。
できることはあるか？
流害にかかった者が吐いた血の塊。それがもっとあれば、より詳しい調べをできます。
流害にかかった者がいれば当たってみよ
う。お願いします。では、また。
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sekiro Boss Battle and Strategy Guide. In this particular series I'm going to be looking at a first take or first glimpse on some of the most difficult opponents in the game Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. In this particular series I do have to say that the footage has been captured in my first playthrough, so some of the things you will see are not necessarily the optimal things to do, but at least you get a glimpse as to how exactly I processed some of these battles during my very first encounters. Though riddled with mistakes, at least you can get to see how I processed and how I decided on some of the decisions that I made during the boss battles. So please sit back, relax, and let's get and delve deep into the Sekiro Boss Battle Guide Episode 2. We're gonna be in the Ashina outskirts and we'll be looking at two particular opponents. The first one actually is Tenzin Yamauchi, a general under Genichiro Ashina, tasked to guard the outskirts. This particular battle I decided to put in not only because Tenzin is a difficult opponent to fight, but also because of the fact that he actually uses the same skill set as Genichiro Ashina. The reason why I'd wanted to show that was because it sort of delves into the lore that Genichiro would teach, or at least the lineage of the fighting style that Genichiro uses would be passed down even to his subordinates and people underneath him in the file and ranking in the Ashina castle. Who taught Genichiro right now is still a mystery to me, but it's nice to see one of his generals, Tenzin Yamauchi, using his exact moveset. But this isn't a 1:1 copy. That's the beautiful thing about this fight. Tenzin uses a lower sword stance that has an unreactable attack. It's possible to predict, but to react on movement and reflect is quite difficult, I do have to say. So I spent this fight analyzing the moveset because I feel like the mix-up, should I say, in the fight is the fact that you are shocked that he carries Genichiro's moveset, but also that he has one or two things to spice up his own gameplay against you. So Genichiro was put, if you were part of the Genichiro Gang that is, was put there to condition you to believe that this moveset was at its potential limit. But then the generals actually have some extra moves to put you off, which is quite nice. But in this particular fight you'll also get to see that I finally had the chance to use the Mikiri counter that we talked about in the previous episode. I stress even further, the early game has a lot of extremely strong opponents that use thrusting attacks. Having the Mikiri counter in this particular situation is a very, very good thing to have. And I stress once more that there are certain skills in this game that I feel are a requirement in the game. And not having these skills is akin to playing the game on very hard difficulty. And more so you will see in the actual boss of this episode, Gyoubu Oniwa. Soon I guess we'll get to see, but for now, let's just watch the intro to the boss.
は行部正隆なり大手もこの行部が倒さぬ。
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of Genichiro Ashina's retainers. The lore behind him says that Gyoubu Oniwa was the keeper of the Ashina Castle Gate, a protector, once leader of infamous bandits who were defeated by the great Ishin Ashina, but he was spared due to his strength and valor and soon fought along his ranks. Now Genichiro Ashina's most trusted retainer. So Gyoubu is a very interesting boss because this is the first time I'm getting to see a boss battle on horseback, which is very, very cool. But the beautiful thing about it is that you get to use one of the great, or should I say one of the most versatile shinobi prosthetic abilities, which is the grappling hook attack. Very good at whiff punishing when Gyoubu goes into certain moves that leave him very vulnerable when he swings his horse. This allows you to cover the gap and get tremendous posture damage on Gyoubu and build up more momentum against him. Unlike most other bosses, Gyoubu actually telegraphs a lot of his moves. It's very easy to be greedy and go for more attacks, but slow and steady wins the race. You can actually deflect him. Though his lance seems humongous, though his lance looks like it's something that wouldn't be very easy to deflect or block, it's actually simple. Delay your timings just a little bit. Don't necessarily look for the body language in Gyoubu's attacks. Don't look for the swing itself. Just pay attention to the tip of the blade. It's very hard to see, but once you see it, that's your time to deflect and attack. The first life bar goes down easy, but then you would think that in the second life bar maybe there would be, different moves, but he seems to have the same custom moveset, except for one frenzy attack that it does when you go further away from him. He just comes swinging and swinging hard. This attack is best avoided because if you don't deflect the entire barrage, you are putting yourself at risk of great posture damage. But still, grappling hook attack at mid-range will always allow you to get in, always allow you to do great posture damage and evade his follow-up attacks. In that particular case, the jumping attacks that it does, the triple jumping attack with the horse, seems like something that would be a dead angle, something that would be an overhead attack, but still very deflectable. This fight was easy, and I feel like most players shouldn't struggle with Oniwa at all. In both cases I fought him. I beat him on both save files on both of my first times against him. So he's not a serious boss fight, which is weird because I feel like General Tenzin was a much stronger opponent, or maybe because he just had Genichiro's moveset. But in this case, as you can see, you can be very confident in blocking, you can be very confident in deflecting. You just have to find your timings and everything will be okay. Still, a very good boss fight, great art, great design. It just feels as if Gyoubu is missing just a few more things that would have made him a very great boss fight. But anyway, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next episode.